So, Soulja Slim, originally was known as Magnolia Slim, and you guys actually worked together really early on.
Right.
Okay, and I guess there was almost a situation where you wanted to get him on a song, and Birdman didn't want to get him on and didn't want to feature him because he wasn't signed to the label.
Right.
There was a whole kind of hoopla over that.
Yeah.
Okay, explain.
Well, actually, Slim, we all from the third wall. He from the Magnolia, we from 6 and Barone. And he was like doing this thing with the music around the same time we was. And by being from our hood and him being so close to us, we wanted to feature him on the song. During that time, Cash Money was a bigger label than the label that he was on, so it would have got him a little more exposure or whatever. So we brought him to the studio, and we told Baby and Slim that we wanted him on a song called "Come Up Move" with us. Well, it didn't turn nice at all. They was like, to make a long story short, they shut the studio down that night because they didn't want him to record on our song, not being a part of the label. And they never offered him a contract. But, they was like, nah, he ain't going on that song. But, later on we talked about it, whatever, and that song did end up happening. Maybe a week later they called us back in the studio and we went back with him and we got the song done.
All right. And at that time, in the years following, although Soulja Slim wasn't a household name, I mean, you kind of referred to him as the Tupac of New Orleans.
No doubt, no doubt. I mean, that's what he became to others, but like to me and my dudes, we saw the talent a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? We saw the talent a long time ago. That's why we fought so hard to get him on that song.
Right. And then right around 2003, he had a song called Slow Motion. And at the time, and me and Juvenile, we talked about this in our last interview, he had the song, he knew it was a hit record, but he didn't really have a label situation like Juvenile. So he asked Juvenile to jump on the song, and that became Juvenile's first #1 song.
Wow. That's how that happened?
Yeah. That's how it happened. Yeah, that was, Juvenile even said in our interview, he goes, well, I don't consider that my #1 song because that was Soulja Slim's song. He just asked me to be on it, but he's like, I don't consider that my song, even though my name is on it. And then the Juvie the Great album comes out in 2003. It goes platinum, and you get your first #1 song with Slow Motion.
Yeah, and really wasn't my song, Soulja Slim's song. So technically, I never took credit for that record because my dude created it, and it was supposed to be on his album. And he kind of like, he went to my brother and asked my brother to talk to me, like talk your brother into putting it on his album. I think it'd be a better look on Universal than the company he was signed to. So that's how that went. But that was pretty much Soulja Slim #1 single. So if you want to be technical, I never had a #1 single.
And then the tragedy happens. Either before the song is released or right around the same time, Soulja Slim gets killed. When you heard the news, what did you think?
Man, I think that was like day before Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving Day or something like that. It fucked the whole holiday up that year, man. To hear Slim got, damn, that was crazy, bro. That was crazy, man.
Right, I guess he was killed like in front of his mother's house. Or
yep, right,
like that.
Right. And on a lawn or some shit like that. That hurt the whole city, man.
Yeah. When I brought this up to Juvenile, he blamed the people around Soulja Slim for, allowing him to get killed like that. He didn't get into any specifics, but he basically blamed the people around him.
He was our Tupac. He was the Tupac of New Orleans, and not only New Orleans, all the surrounding areas. And, I just felt like, New Orleans should have protected him a little better than that. I feel like that. I put the blame on the people that surrounded him.
Well, and then the guy who killed Soulja Slim ends up getting arrested and charged for the murder. And I believe he got ultimately sentenced to that. Well, I remember when Soulja Slim got killed. And I remember at the time I'm working with a very famous Southern rapper. And I'm not going to say who it is because this was all a private conversation at the time. But I remember, you know, I called him that day because we were talking about him doing some verses. And I'm like, yo, Soulja Slim just got killed. And he was like shocked. And I'm like, yo, did you know him? He's like, very well. And I'm like, do you know what happened? He's like, I don't, but I can tell you that Soulja Slim really was in the streets like that. He would get high a lot. Sometimes he would rob the dudes, you know, to get high. He was dealing with some addiction issues and so forth. And, you know, we're not quite sure what else ultimately happened, but this was not just like, you know, a regular 9-to-5 guy who got mixed up. He was really in the streets at the time. I mean,
Right.
How close were you, you know, is that a pretty accurate description?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he was a street cat. You know what I'm saying? He was a street cat.
Were you and Slim really close at the time when he died?
Yeah, I've been cool. We've been cool with Slim since high school. You know what I'm saying? Up until when he died. Never no misunderstandings or none of that. You know what I'm saying? But I can't tell you what caused Slim to get killed, or you know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened. Period. You know what I'm saying? But he was a real dude. He was a street dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, rest in peace, man. It's sad that he finally gets such a huge song and he doesn't really get to live to experience it. You know, something he's been working on his whole life, essentially. Yeah. Rest in peace, man.